Hi, greetings, fellow hunters. While we look at Supernatural Season 4, now continues on with the episode Jump the Shark. A blonde woman is running in her house, clearly terrified. She runs into her room, slamming the door behind her and locking it. Something pounds on the door, but it can't get in. The noise stops, and she pushes a dresser in front of the door and then sits on the bed, panting. Something swats her feet from under the bed. Suddenly, it grabs her ankles and starts to pull her under. Screaming, she reaches for something to hold on to, but she's pulled out and knocks over a nightstand. A picture falls off. It's a picture of John Winchester. Sam is laying on the Impala parked by a lake. He's brushing his teeth, and Dean is sleeping in the car. Dean wakes up and stumbles out of the car, declaring that he's hungry. Sam reminds him that they're 2 hours from anything, so he inspects the back seat for breakfast options. Suddenly a phone rings. Dean checks his pockets. He realizes the ring is coming from the glove compartment. It's one of their dad's phones. The young male voice asks for John. Dean tells him he's not available and asks if he can help. The caller says his name is Adam Milligan and he really needs to talk to John. Dean tells him John died over 2 years ago and asks who he is. I'm his son, the young man says. Oh boy. The boys pull into Cousin Oliver's diner and Dean heads to the trunk, obviously agitated. The best I can tell, Adam Milligan is real, Sam reports. Born on September 29th, 1990 to Kate Milligan. No father listed on the birth certificate. He's an Eagle Scout, graduated from high school with honors, currently goes to the University of Wisconsin, biology major pre-med. Dean grabs a bunch of weapons and closes the trunk, convinced that they're being led into a trap. They enter the cafe. Dean has ordered a table for four and arranges the chairs so that he and Sam sit on one side, with a single chair on the other. Sam continues trying to tell him that the kid checks out, but Dean will only acknowledge he's an actual person on the planet Earth, who unfortunately has a demon in him. A waitress arrives with glasses of water. Dean really interrupts her as she begins to ask for their order, saying that they're waiting for someone. Irritated, she slaps down 2 menus. Sam thanks her and gives Dean a disapproving look, which he ignores. Dean empties one of the glasses of water into the plant behind him, pulls out his flask and begins filling the glass with holy water. Sam asks, what if he's not possessed? He's a shapeshifter, he replies, while placing the original cutlery with silver. Again, Sam strengthens the case that Adam is legit. Pointing out the John's Journal entry says he was headed to Minnesota to check out a case in January 1990, roughly 9 months before Adam was born. Coincidence, Dean says firmly. Sam shows him the jagged edges of the next 2 pages of the journal were coincidentally torn out. Dean looks in silence for a second, not believing that Sam is buying in. Sam says he doesn't want to believe it either, but he's not blind to the probability that their dad connected with the grateful rescued damsel occasionally on his many long trips and may have slipped one past the goalie. Just then, a young man walks in the cafe and Sam calls out his name. Sam introduces himself and Dean, who silently glares at him. And Adam sits down. He asks how they knew his dad, and Sam replies that they worked together. Adam was a bit confused when Sam tells him that John died on the job, believing him to have been a mechanic. A car fell on him, Dean snaps. The waitress arrives with another glass of water and greets Adam by name. Dean annoys her again by really grabbing the glass from her, saying he's very thirsty. She shoots him a look and asks Adam if he wants his usual order. Yeah, thanks, Denise, Adam replies. He drinks from a glass of holy water as Dean watches intently. Nothing happens. As Sam tries to learn what Adam knows about John, Dean slowly takes his gun out of his jacket, keeping it under the table. Adam tells Sam that he has not seen John in a couple of years, and only called now because his mom is missing and he had no one else to call. John's the only family he's got. Sam shows some concern about his mother, but Dean only remarks silently that it's tragic. That's why they've never heard of him. Adam admits they didn't really know each other and only met a few years ago. His mom, a nurse, never talked about him, but he known that John had come to the ER pretty torn up from a hunting accident. He didn't actually meet him until he was 12, and that was only after he found John's number and persistently begged his mom 24/7 until she called him. Adam recalled that when John heard he had a son, he dropped everything and drove all night to get to town. Dean Coley utters, well, that's heartwarming, as Ace brings Adam food, which Dean encourages him to eat. He cocks the gun out of the table as Adam reaches for his fork. When the silver has no effect, Dean uncocks the gun, looking disappointed. And continues telling them about his relationship with John. He taught him how to play poker and pool. When his first beer at 15, he even showed him how to drive. Dean finally explodes as Adam begins to describe John's beautiful and Paula, angrily insisting he's lying. I'm sorry, but who the hell are you to call me a liar? Adam asks. We're Joe Winchester's sons, that's Sue. We are his sons, Dean yells. Adam stares, audibly shocked that he has brothers. Dean, adamant that they are not brothers, accuses him of being a hunter playing games. Adam angrily retorts that he's never been hunting in his life. Exasperated, Dean gets up to leave and tells Sam to follow. Adam calls out after them that he can prove it. At the Milligan's house, Dean and Sam stare at a picture of their father and Adam together, realizing it's all true, to their shock. Dean tries somewhat unsuccessfully to contain his ire when he finds out that John took Adam to a baseball game for his 14th birthday. He took you to a friggin' baseball game? He asks twice, to confirm. Adam says yes and quite innocently asks what Dad did for Dean's birthday. He can only manage a fake smile in response. Sam asks Adam how long his mother has been missing, and he replies that a neighbor saw her 3 days ago. Her supervisor at the hospital called the police when she failed to show up at work. He insists he drove home from school as fast as he could. She wouldn't leave without telling anybody. It was like she just dropped off the face of the earth, you know. Dean's looking behind her dresser for clues. On top of it are more pictures of John with Adam and his mom, Kate, and he can't help but stare. Adam enters and Dean asks if he tipped the door nightstand and seeing a possible clue. Adam says that the cops searched the house and found nothing, but wonders Dean thinks they missed something. Maybe. They don't have my eyes, says Dean. You're a mechanic, Adam says with an obvious tint of confusion. He asks Dean what he can tell him about his dad. Dean ducks his questions by sagely telling him he doesn't want to know. Sam appears and motions for Dean to join him. Sam reports that the police have no leads on Adam's mom, but he did find out that there were 17 grave robberies in Wyndham in January 1990. The rest of the pages that return in John's journal are the ones that would tell him when he was there to hunt. Very unfortunate, because the corpse snatching has started up again, as 3 bodies have disappeared from a local cemetery in the last month. They figure that John didn't kill whatever it was he was hunting, and now it's back. Sam worries that since Kate and a local bartender named Joe Barton are missing, main thing has gone from corpses to fresh meat. He shows Dean a black and white picture of Joe Barton. Dean walks over to Adam to ask if he or his mom knows Joe and notices scratches on the floor of the trailer underneath Kate's bed. He asks Adam help him lift the mattress and finds a grate under the bed leading to the air ducts. Dean looks at Sam, and together they put their fists. Dean throws scissors, Sam throws rocks. Every time, Dean growls, frustrated. Dean shines his flashlight down to the ducts first, then lowers himself head first down the narrow tunnel. He inches through the maze, gun at the ready, and is soon greeted by the sight of blood splashed all over the ducts and several pieces of flesh and hair. Later in the motel room, Dean is cleaning a shotgun and Sam is sitting nearby when there's a knock at the door. Sam opens it, and Adam pushes his way in, demanding to know who they really are. Dean quickly throws the cloth over the shotgun, and Sam tries to calm Adam down. He wants to know how they found what the cops did and why they had to bail the now designated crime scene before the police arrived. He heard them talking earlier about grave robberies and knows they're not mechanics. The boys suddenly exchange looks. Adam pleads with them to tell him what's going on. Finally, Sam says, "We're hunters." Dean cuts in loudly to stop him. Sam asserts that he deserves to know, and Dean shakes his head in opposition. Adam is confused. After Sam sits and begins to breathe things over him, Adam tries to grasp the idea that every movie monster, every name he's had, is real. Godzilla's just a movie, Dean chimes in from across the room. Sam says that the killed monsters still to their dad. Okay, Adam says. He's expecting that Adam would call them liars or crazy, or just crazy reacts as though he would have preferred it that way. Adam seems resigned. Nicole says he believes them because they're his brothers. Sam and Dean admit they don't know yet what took Adam's mom, only that it's stealing bodies, both living and dead, and there's a long list of freaks that fit the bill. Adam asks if they think she might still be alive. The boys couldn't look away. Adam wants to know how he can help, but Dean immediately replies that he can't. Adam makes it clear that he wants in on the hunt for what took his mom. No, Dean says, loudly. Sam interjects and wants Dean to empathize with Adam's loss of his mother. Dean wants Sam to think about why John kept Adam a secret, even ripped the pages out of his journal to do so. He puts it to Sam that it's because he was protecting him from Hunter's life. Dad's dead, Dean, Sam says. Dean yells that it doesn't matter that he's dead, and it's clear what touches were and they are going to respect his wishes. Leaves until that Adam doesn't even get a say as he storms out of the room, slamming the door behind him. Sam sighs. Is it always like that? Adam asks. Sam laughs. Welcome to the family. He pulls out a gun. Here, I'm going to teach you a few things. Dean said, Adam begins. I know what Dean said, Sam says, holding a gun out to Adam. I don't know what it's like. I know what it's like to want revenge. Dean visits the cemetery posing as Agent Nugent, and the director shows him the mausoleum that the bodies disappeared from. Dean notices something sticky and wet on the side of one of the coffins and asks the man what it is. He tells him it's embalming fluid. There because the sick deranged hooligans didn't just take the corpses. They also opened them up. Dean sits down at a bar, and the bartender fills a glass. First beers of the house for cops, she says, noticing his law and order vibe. She asks what the FBI is doing in Wyndham. Dean replies that they're looking into the disappearance of Joe Barton and shows her his picture. She's silent. I assume you knew him? Dean asks. A little, she says. I'm his wife, Lisa. Dean proceeds to ask about his disappearance, and she tells him that Joe stayed late to do inventory one night 2 weeks ago and never came home. She was afraid that the local police had stopped investigating because they found nothing, and she seems pleased to see the FBI there. Dean looks behind the bar and sees pictures of Lisa and Joe together, and a picture of Joe in a police uniform. She tells him that Joe was a deputy a long time ago. Dean finds out that he was the one who found the bodies in the 1990 grave robbery case. He also noticed the same article with his dad pictured at the crime scene. He asked Joe if Joe ever told her how he solved the case. She says that after a few beers, Joe admitted that in addition to good solid police work, he had help from a specialist. Just that when she pressed him on it, he would only say not to worry because they took care of it. Back in the motel room, Sam's teaching Adam how to clean a gun when Adam asks how John really died. Sam tells him it was a demon. He wants to know if they hunted it down and got revenge. Dean killed it, Sam says shortly. So it's over for you? Adam asks. It's never over, Sam replies. Suddenly, the lights go out. Sam picks up a gun and heads towards the bathroom, where the creaking is coming from. He kicks open the door, but there's nothing there. Hear the creaking again. It seems to be moving above them. Sam realizes something's in the vents and pushes Adam out of the room, shooting as they go. Outside, they run for Adam's car. Sam's locking doors and something under the car pulls him onto his back by his ankles. Adam runs out to help just as Dean pulls up the Impala and comes running. Together they pull him out of its grip, and Dean fires around under the car. It's gone. Adam moves the car and they find an open manhole with evidence that Dean winged whatever it attacked. They still don't know what it is, but I realize who it's going after. Joe Barton, Adam's mom, and now Adam, all people that John knew in town. It was something on its back, Dean says. It wants revenge, says Adam. They return to the Milligan's house and Dean sends Adam to gather his stuff so they can take him to Bobby's place. Sam sits down at the table to bandage his ankle and tells Dean that they shouldn't leave. Dean has resolved his plan to get Adam to safety and then come back and finish a job that their dad started. Sam rather coolly points out that in the absence of leads or witnesses, having what this thing wants might give them the early chance to kill it. Dean is sure that Sam actually wants to use Adam as bait. Sam wants to stay and train Adam to fight this and every other freak that wants to seek revenge on their dad or on them. I'll do it, Adam says in the doorway. Whatever it takes, I'll do it. Dean does not participate in Adam's training, and only shoots disappointing looks from a distance as Sam drags Adam through target practice and shares hunting stories with him. There's some job you got, man, Adam says. Being hunter isn't a job, Adam. It's life. Sam tells him blatantly that if he chooses to be hunter, he has to cut out connections like girlfriends and friends. They are weaknesses he can't afford because his hunting life will put them in danger. There's one thing you can count on, he says. Family. Dean summons Sam out to anchor reminds him that their dad gave him the same speech just where he ditched out for Stanford, and that he hated John for it. Sam responds that it turns out their dad was right and did them a service by teaching them how to protect themselves. Dean accepts that it's chilly for himself and Sam to lead normal lives, believes that Adam still can. Sam is unmoved. He signs of what people think is real. Normal life is an illusion and concludes that Adam isn't so special that he gets to go on living it. He's cursed like the rest of the Winchesters. Dean does not accept that and storms out again to search for what's hunting Adam. Dean is back in the tomb where the bodies are stolen and finds a tunnel leading to a hidden room. He crawls in and sees a severed arm on the ground with a pair of eyeglasses lying next to it, which he recognizes as Joe Barton's. Suddenly, he hears the blocks shifting at the entrance and looks up to see them being moved back over the hole. He fires his pistol, but dirt falls down and fills up the tunnel. Back at the house, Sam and Adam close off every way into the house but the grate that was under the bed. We close off every other way. If this thing's coming, it's coming through here. Suddenly, they hear a door open and a voice cries out for Adam. "Mom!" he shouts and runs out of the room. Sam runs after him with his shotgun, yelling for him to stop. Adam hugs his sobbing mother as Sam yells at him to step away from her. "She's not your mother!" He's aiming the gun, ordering Kate to stay away from Adam, as he pleads that it's really her. Sam tells him that's not possible. There was too much blood in the bed. Adam grabs his shotgun away. Sam commands him to shoot it. Adam moves the shotgun to aim at Sam, then back at Kate as Sam continues to yell that she's not human. Finally, Adam smiles and says, "I know," then hits him in the face with the shotgun, knocking him out. Adam smiles at his mom. Dean is searching for a way out of the crypt when he notices a fairly new-looking coffin at the side. He opens it to find Kate, the bottom half of her body torn apart. He opens another one and discovers Adam, also torn apart. He rapidly looks for a way out and notices the stained glass window above him. He pries the carrying bar off a coffin and uses it to break the window and lift himself out of the tomb. Sam wakes up to humming, tied down to the kitchen table. He sees Kate nearby, cutting her fingernails with a silver knife. He realizes the silver had no effect because they aren't shapeshifters but ghouls, scavenging monsters taking the form of Lap's corpse consumed. The ghouls balk at the term monster and tell Sam that the real monster was the thing that killed their father, John Winchester. They cut Sam again to drink and drain his blood as they tell him about how living off dead flesh they survived in the 20 years since their father was killed inspired them to move up to fresher game. They decided to start by taking revenge. First it was John's girlfriend, then his slut, then his son, Kate says. "I called John, but son bitch was already dead." Adam adds as Sam smugly smiles. Kate replies, "So, I guess you and Dean will have to do instead." Before she empathizes to Sam that the true Adam really was his brother as he gets angry. As he continued to taunt Sam about how they killed Adam solely while he screamed, Dean then arrives and shoots Adam into the wall. "Dean, they're ghouls!" Sam yells. Hearing this, Dean just as Damon takes Kate's head off with the next shot. He wants to entice Sam, but Adam grabs him and they fight. Dean finally kills him by repeatedly striking him in the head with the lamp base. "You sure we should do this?" Sam asks Dean as went to Adam's funeral pyre. "Ghouls didn't fake those pictures, and didn't fake Dad's journal," Dean replies. "Adam was our brother." Dean feels he deserves the hunter's funeral. Sam suggests maybe calling in a favor on Cass to bring Adam back. Dean says no. I'm sure that Adam's in a better place. As they watch the fire, Dean reveals that even though he worshipped their father and tried to emulate him, he realizes that Sam was more like John than he will ever be. They are practically the same person. Sam watches him for a second and says, "I'll take it as a compliment." "You can take it any way you want," Dean replies, jaw tight. Oh boy. I don't know if that's, Sam should take that as a compliment, but whatever. So anyway, let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. Dean breaks up Sam and John's argument that caused Sam to go to college. And now finally, let's take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. Following with a tribute. When Adam arrives at the motel to confront the boys, an advertised placard for the motel Kelsey Manor briefly appears in the lower right of the frame, just where Sam opens the door for him. The K and the M are very prominent on the card, as is photo director Kim Manners, which is captured by the phrase, "Please show us for happy hour in the Sunny Bono Lounge." Kim Manners passed away in March 2009. Season 4 is dedicated to him at the end of the episode titled Death Takes a Holiday. Jump the Shark is an idiom used to describe the moment of the evolution of a television show when it begins to decline in quality that's beyond recovery. It's synonymous with the phrase, "the beginning of the end." When Sam and Dean enter Cousin Oliver's diner, a poster can be seen on the wall advertising for the 21st annual Fonzarelli Water Skiing Championship. It's a reference to an episode of the show Happy Days when author Fonzie Fonzarelli really jumps over a shark while water skiing. This was his gimmick in an attempt to keep viewers. Cousin Oliver's diner can be a reference to Cousin Oliver, who appeared in the last season of The Brady Bunch. The sudden addition of Cousin Oliver into The Brady Bunch was considered the moment the show clearly jumped the shark, as the character was only introduced to draw in a younger demographic. Dean staffed by alias Agent Nugent is named after rock legend Ted Nugent. Sam and Dean learn of the existence of a half-brother in this episode. We see Dean's big brother mindset rise even early on when Adam asks about their dad. Dean tells Adam exactly the same thing he told Sam when Sam was little. Trust me, you don't want to know. Even though Adam's existence is a huge surprise and Dean is still trying to come to terms with it, Dean's natural instinct to protect the little brother still emerges. It is interesting to know that Sam, from the moment he met Adam, wanted to train him up and teach him how to hunt, but Dean insisted that they honor John's wishes and not involve him in their life. It's interesting because Sam was always the one to fight against the ray of life, and now he wanted to train Adam and even uses him as bait for the monster. Dean makes an admission in this episode that Sam and John are more alike than he and John were. Jay Gable states that the part of the episode where he thunked the knife near Sam's head was actually improvised. When Adam shoots the gun at the target, he's shown to have near-perfect aim, perhaps a reference to either his natural born ability to shoot as part Winchester, or more likely, hints at the fact that he was a monster in disguise. Another thing to note is that where Adam Gould cuts Sam on the arm correlates to where butchers cut animals to assist in draining the corpse after slitting the throat. Adam was given a hunter's funeral, which was the same thing that was given to his father John Winchester when he died. It took Sam extraordinarily longer to put the pieces together of the case than other monsters they've hunted in the past, until it was almost too late. It could be because they let their guard down and the Goulds were masters at deception. That could definitely be the reason why. So overall, I think this episode is pretty good, and let's just say that Adam will eventually return in season 5, but let's just say it's not for a good reason. So anyway. So overall, I give Jump the Shark 4 Impalas out of 5. Anyway, tune in a bit as we wait till the next episode, The Rapture. So, until then, carry on, my wayward sons and daughters.